Hey, here's a little bit more of an update on the black Mustang. I went to mount the nitrous bottle in here. You can see the inserts we put in. So those brackets will sit in there, something like this. I'll show you in just a second. Got the line here. I tucked it up out of the way to paint, because once I got all these marked in, it was kind of scratched up, so I went ahead and painted it in the back with just that barbecue paint. I'll hook this up, disconnect it from the carb, and blow it through to make sure it's clean. The nitrous bottle just got filled. And then also today we're doing some troubleshooting on a little bit of a tuning issue. So I have my buddy's carb on there from his race car. We're going to pull that off and put mine back on because it made no difference. So we'll do that. Here's mine sitting over here. There's a trigger wire. We tried to do a little bit of troubleshooting with it. I got one more thing to do. We think the positive and negative might be reversed. Just getting a little bit of a miss, about 4,200 RPMs. Powers through it, but it's just not perfect. So anyway, yeah, I'll get this installed and then show you a picture. You might be wondering why I used inserts there. Is in Mustangs right along here underneath there's a support structure, so if you drill through, as you can see I tried here, you can't get to the bolt because there's a beam underneath it. It's part of the unibody. So I switched to these inserts. We should switch those to nuts so I can use the tool while knocking nothing or something. I might do that. There we go. Alright. Now we will find a little wrench. Well, that should have cleaned it out. Back together now. check it for pressure later. All right, now we're going to pull this guy off. I found that the easiest way to do that is usually to pull it from back here, but since we're just going to replace the carb and we want these things to go with it, I think I might pull these off here. And yeah, I think that's what I'll do. All right, so let's get started on that. All right, now we're going to swap these onto the other carb and then put the other carb back on. Another day playing around on the old Mustang here. I haven't used the nitrous yet, still doing some gas tuning, fuel, regular, normal tuning on the carb, trying to get those air fuels right where I want it. Took it for a good long ride and ran out of gas yesterday. Well, it was kind of funny, but pulled the carburetor off because it's just so much easier when you're doing primaries and secondaries, less leaning over. So we've got this is right again now that we've got some other tuning done. So 74s in the primaries, 80s in the secondaries. It's a 6 jet difference. That's what Holley recommends, but it was 76s, so we took 2 jets out and these guys were 82s. So it's falling along the lines. It's, as the tuning and the timing and stuff gets closer, now we're back to tuning the carb. So anyway, made a little block off plate. I got a little bit more fabrication to do on that because it goes right here, and that's the drive line U-joint right there, and a lot of heat comes through there, so we're going to block that off. I was thinking about making one, I don't know if you can see that, but the heater hole, I was thinking about making one for the big heater hole too, just to keep some of the heat out of the cabin when we're driving, because even with the windows down up here in Washington, it's still kind of hot. Anyway, yeah, now the nitrous, I think I have a 200 shot set up in there. I'm going to pull those jets back, set it up for the 150, I think. If everything's the way I think it is, and this is about a 400 horsepower motor, then that'll give us 550 or so, maybe 570. If it's a, you know, depending on the build of the motor. It hasn't been dyno tuned, so you just got to go off of the, you know, the computer simulation stuff. And anyway, we'll see what we can do. Just plugging away. I thought you'd want to see this update for today. And that is our chores for the day. So we'll take her for a test ride later on, maybe this evening. I think I got everything on there. Yeah. Alrighty.